Shalom, Israel. We're gonna get started in a second. If y'all could, all my viewers out there, put your name, city. We're gonna mark you down for attendance. Shalakia.
We doing math now? No. We're going on here.
If I got viewers on Facebook, Baba Kasha, if you have any questions, comments, anything like that. Matter of fact, Salaki, I'm gonna do it like this. Never mind. Disregard that statement. I can see your comments on Facebook now, if there is any, Salakia. Give me about 2 seconds, Israel. I wore Palai, Yabba Shema Shabrakatah, the water out for tuning in. Appreciate you. Give me 1 second, Israel. Absolutely. Okay, Shalom, Israel. Yahba Shemal Shabraka thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shemal the thumb by Shemal Sat to the sisters. I'm Priest Officer Karan Yal of the ISHBK under Commander General Yohana. And this is the Tuesday night Brotherhoods class. If y'all could, Baba Kasha, any brothers and sisters out there, if you have any questions, right, on topic or off topic, go ahead and put them in the chat. I can see you on Facebook as well. If y'all put your questions, you understand, comments, of course, we allow feedback and everything. But put your questions in the chat, comments in the chat, you know what I'm saying? I like to make these classes available to interact with brothers and sisters that's inside and outside of the truth. Of course, you know, we want to educate brothers and sisters, answer any questions that you may have, you understand, allow you to, give feedback to the class, you know what I'm saying, interact a little bit more, just so, you know what I'm saying, we got brothers and sisters that might not be able to be physically in the class. I want to make the class welcoming, like you were in the same vicinity as me, right? So the influence of evil men, you understand, or evil men of influence. And the reason why I chose this topic is because you got people like P. Diddy, T.D. Jakes, right? Jay-Z, just to name a few. These men are men of influence. You understand? These men have a high social status amongst Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And because of the money that they have accumulated in this oppressor's empire, they have become to be known as to be like gods over the children of Israel, which is evil as hell. You understand? And because of the financial gain that they have gotten in this empire by exploiting Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you understand, in influence and perpetuating a death style as opposed to a lifestyle. You understand? Because, like the scriptures say, the wages of sin is death. Yahweh Shemar Lataba Shemal Shah says, the water for tapping in the Zamana. The water says, I appreciate you every time. But yeah, us as the children of Israel, like the Lord calls us the lost sheep of the house of Israel for a reason. We are lost. You understand? And if you look at what type of animal a sheep is, right? Or the characteristics of a sheep, you know what I'm saying? Sheep tend to follow wherever the shepherd takes them. You understand? With no resistance. You understand? Of course, they can't speak, so no questions asked. You understand? A sheep is an animal that's very docile. You understand? And very impressionable, right? And so, of course, throughout history, with the nation of Israel, we have always had influential leaders, whether evil or good. You understand? I'm gonna get into evil ones, but of course, you have great leaders, you understand, and rulers over the nation of Israel, like Christ. You understand, like Mattathias, right? Like Ezra, like Commanding General Yana. You understand? That influenced the people on the right hand side as opposed to the left hand side, right? So I'm gonna get into the scripts. So Lakia. We're gonna go to Psalms chapter 1 and verse. I'm gonna start at verse 1. I'm gonna read the whole first chapter of Psalms. So Lakia. Share my screen. Make sure y'all can see this. Salakia. Okay, Most High in Christ. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 1 and verse 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. You understand? You will be blessed as a Black, Latino, or Native American Indian man or woman. You understand? If you walk not into the counsel of the ungodly, right? And of course, us, like the mind frame of being a Christian will have you to believe that somebody that eats pork is a godly person because they having good intentions or a so-called good heart, which is the farthest thing from the truth. You understand? Right? The counsel of ungodly can come from many people. You understand? Of course, all of these people that are ungodly, they are not in the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. They do not subscribe to the truth. They do not keep the law, statutes, and commandments. They don't celebrate Passover. You understand? They don't restrain from eating pork or using drugs or none of that type of stuff. You understand? These are your everyday people, right? That are not in the truth, of course. Blessed is the man that walketh in the counsel of the Salakia, that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. You might have an older sister, you understand, or older female relative that might tell you that you're supposed to go have a hot girl summer to experience, you understand, life, right? Or the quickest way to get over another man is to get under a new one. That's counsel of ungodliness. You understand? It says, blessed is the man that walketh in the counsel of the ungodly, right? A brother that tells you, you understand, you got to get it how you live, or just worry about your own self, or get it by any means necessary. That's the counsel of ungodly. You understand? And you will not be blessed. You understand? You eventually going to perish, lose your life. You understand? Catch some god-awful disease, right? You're going to end up in prison for a long time. You understand? And all of those things are not blessings, right? Nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. All of these people are not going to be blessed people. You understand? Verse 2. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. You understand? This is what happens. You understand? This is what has to happen in order for you to be a blessed individual. You understand? You have to delight in the law of the Lord. You understand? You have to meditate on it day and night. Think about it. You understand? When you go to the supermarket, right, and you pick up an item, you understand, that you might not be unsure about the ingredients that it contains. You're reading them ingredients to ensure that you're not eating anything unlawful. You understand? That's what it means to meditate on it day and night. You understand? Plan what you're going to bring to the feast of dedication. You understand? Teach your children this. Plan out the nice outfit. You understand? The nice garment or the nice dress that you're going to wear for the next high holy day. You understand? You meditating on this day and night. You understand? You understand that the type of lifestyle that everybody else around you that's not in the truth, you don't partake in none of that. You understand? Verse 3. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. When you have trees that's planted by rivers of water, these are some strong, healthy trees. You understand? And they live, right? They prosper. They bring forth the tree in the season. These trees don't wither away. You understand? Read on. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. This is how you become blessed. You understand? You walk in the counsel of godly men. You understand? Your delight is in the law, and you meditate on it day and night. You understand? And you're going to be blessed in being prosperous in whatever you do. You understand? You're going to have a lot of children, right? You're going to raise your children up to keep these law, statutes, and commandments. You're not going to be getting phone calls from your oldest son talking about he facing a 25-year sentence because he made a mistake. No, you're going to train your son up in order to be a man of God so he don't have to befall the evils that's waiting on him out there outside of this truth. Verse 4. Salakia, not only the sons, the daughters too. You ain't got to worry about your daughter twerking or being on a goddamn stripper pole. You understand? Or getting with some drug dealer because you've taught her to worship Christmas, you understand, and gifts from ungodly and unrighteous people. So when she gets older, she go ahead and go get some thug, you understand, that live in your neighborhood, and eventually they get into an argument. He beating on her. She had children by him. You understand? He leave the children. He go to prison for years. She got to struggle being a single mother, and it's just all downhill from there. You understand? Verse 4. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Chaff is it's like the unedible part of wheat. You understand? Like when they separate the chaff from the wheat, that wheat just blows away in the wind. You understand? It don't last, right? That's what it means for these ungodly people. You understand? You see it with P. Diddy. P. Diddy has been living deliciously, you understand, in perpetuating a death style to the black community for 30-something years. You understand? Then here you go. Now, 2023 rolls around. Now he's been exposed for all the sexual deviances that he's been a part of. You understand? And now he's ultimately facing a lengthy prison sentence. You understand? Because of his activities, right? He lived delicious long enough, but now P. Diddy, you know what I'm saying? He ain't lasting long. He being blown away like the chaff in the wind. You understand? Jay-Z, we'll see what happened with Jay-Z if they bring up criminal charges against him. You understand? Which I don't know if it's true or not, right? It could be a lie. You understand? But this is what happens to all of our people. You understand, that live an ungodly lifestyle, right? They eventually perish through their actions. Verse 5. Therefore, the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment. You understand? When it's time for the Lord to judge, the ungodly are not going to stand in that judgment. They're going to perish, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. You understand? The people that are going to stand in judgment are the righteous people. Sinners and ungodly people, they will not stand in that judgment. Verse 6. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. You understand? That's clear as day, right? Hey, Matam Yai, Yabba Shem Al Shabrakatah, the water for tapping in. Hey, Most High in Christ. You understand? These ain't my words. These are the words that the Lord, you understand, put on my spirit to spew them out in these classes in order to get the Most High's plan, you understand, to be fulfilled in the earth. So, Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shah, you understand? Verse 6, once again, for the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous. The Lord knows the way of the righteous. You understand? The Lord understands that these righteous men are doing exactly what they're supposed to do in order to get the kingdom. You understand? Because that's the way of the righteous. Eventually, the righteous, like the scriptures say, the meek shall inherit the earth. The righteous shall inherit the kingdom. You understand? The last end of verse 6, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. Y'all gonna see what's happening to TD Jakes. You understand? Creflo Dollar, all of these evil pastors, right? You see what happened with these rappers week in and week out. You understand? Countless numbers of rappers have lost their lives, you understand, for living an ungodly and unrighteous lifestyle, right? And this is because the Lord, you understand, designed life to be like this, right? So, like you, let me get Zechariah chapter 11 and verse 5. And the heavy part about Psalms, the first chapter, is the Lord is telling you, you understand, that you should be influenced by righteous people, right? Because when you're influenced by the unrighteous, you will perish exactly like the unrighteous. And you see what's going on with these rappers. You understand? Like P. Diddy was literally influenced by I forgot that devil name, Clive Davis. You understand? He was influenced by Clive Davis. Andre Harrell was influenced by the same devil. You understand? And you see what's going on with them, right? The same thing is what's his name? Def Jam Records. Russell Simmons. We ain't seen or heard from Russell Simmons in about 5-6 years. He got little. You understand? Because he know. You understand? All that unrighteous lifestyle living. You understand? He's fleeing persecution, just like his oppressor has taught him to. Right? This is the book of Zechariah chapter 11 Salakia. 11 and verse 4. I'm going to start at verse 4. And it reads, thus saith the Lord my God, feed the flock of the slaughter. You understand? Like, we are supposed to feed the flock of the slaughter, right? And that's you, blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Because you see what's going on with us in this empire. We are being slaughtered. You understand? We losing our lives to racist police officers. We losing our lives to the terrible food that they giving us in the ghetto. You understand? We losing our lives to the abominations that we eat. You understand? Because of the Christian church and them not telling us the truth about how we're supposed to live. We losing our lives to each other because we have been brainwashed to forgive the slave master, but not forgive ourselves, right? Verse 5. Whose possessors slay them. You understand? You are the flock of the slaughter, Israel. Your possessors slay you. You get killed by racist police officers. You understand? You got unalived by being hung on trees. You understand? Your babies was fed to alligators. You understand? They chopped your feet off. They cut your rods off. You understand? They buck broke your young men and women. You understand? They did that to you. You understand? Whose possessors slay them, right? They gave us 40 and 50 lashes for trying to get out of slavery. You understand? These people possess us. They own us. You understand? And they slay us. Reading on. And hold themselves not guilty. These people don't call themselves guilty. You understand? For what they've done to us. Like in these times, a racist police officer can unalive one of us. You understand? Unjustly. And he gonna get time served, right? He gonna get a suspension, you understand, for some time. Might even get kicked off the police force. But he's going to be not guilty in that courtroom. You understand? Just like your slave masters of the past, their children today. They'll tell you quick as the drop of a dime, I had nothing to do with slavery. I've never owned slaves. You understand? Meanwhile, their forefathers did, and they benefit off of your people being in servitude for them for over 100 years and giving them free labor. You understand? Not only did we give them free labor, we gave them our souls, right? And these people that live deliciously in these suburban towns, you understand, are living in these big ass mansions somewhere that's nowhere near, you understand, the people that they oppressed, right? They tell you that they are not guilty for what their forefathers have done, even though they reap the benefit off of our people being in slavery in this empire to their great-great-grandfathers, right? And they said, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. You understand? These people that sold us in this empire, they thank God. Like the money literally says, in God we trust on it. Right? And all of this money, you understand, and this monetary game and these riches, you understand, in this powerful empire, this was built off the backs of blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians being slaves. You understand? Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. Of course they say that. You understand? Look at the money. It says, in God we trust on it. You understand? With a slave master's face on it. End of verse 5. And their own shepherds pity them not. Your Christian pastors don't give a damn about what happened to us. Because if that was the case, they would know that in that Bible, you understand, it never told us to forgive our oppressors for enslaving us. You understand? In that Bible, it never told us to come hand in hand with the people that unalived us to the tune of hundreds of millions. You understand? That robbed us. You understand? That intimately took advantage of our men, women, and children. You understand? The shepherds don't give a damn about us. You understand? And your shepherds are the people of influence. The people that have influence over the children of Israel, that's supposed to guide you in the right direction, they don't give a damn about us. T.D. Jakes can give a damn about what happened in slavery. You understand? He running up a check right now off of blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians praying for hope because we have been abused so much. Like, that's how evil your slave master's minion is, or his puppet is, which is the Christian pastor. You understand? They know goddamn well that they can use our hurt, our pain, our oppression against us in order to make money off of us, because we've been trodden down so much in this empire that we're willing to give anything for a piece of freedom. You understand? For a piece of compassion. You understand? For a piece of mind. You understand? For a slice of the pie. You understand? Salakia. If y'all got questions, comments, man, go ahead and get in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Baba Kashah. I definitely encourage y'all to get in here. You understand? And give me y'all thoughts on this topic. You understand? Or what's going on in the world in general, right? Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 33. The Caucasian man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, you understand? And our shepherds, the ones who are supposed to watch over us, you understand, and make sure the children of Israel get a fair share in this empire, they sold us. You understand? They used us for merchandise in order to get Salakia. That's not what I wanted. Is that what I wanted? No, that's not what I wanted, Salakia. I wanted Proverbs 13 and 20. Salakia. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 13 and verse 20. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise. You understand? This is why when you look at the ISUPK under Commander General Yana, you'll see young brothers. You understand? Young brothers. Like my brother out there in the UK, we're all by. You understand? That's a young brother in age. You understand? Shalimah, who's been in here since he was a young brother. You understand? You look at a lot of these young brothers, right? And you can hear the how much wisdom that they have because they walketh with wise men. You understand? These men have been trained, you understand, from ages of being, 13, 14, 15, 16. Nwanyala out there in Florida, a young wise brother. You understand? He'll get up there on that podium and do a camp speak, and it will shock you. You understand? Because that brother's under 25 years old, but has the wisdom of an old man. You understand? He that walketh with wise men shall be wise. This is why you have brothers in the ISUPK that you might not think, you understand, that this brother knows anything about the world or anything about life. But just because this brother walketh with wise men and walks in the counsel of wise men, he is wise. Like, you ever heard that saying, you hang around 9 broke niggas, you're going to be the 10th one? Well, that's biblical. You understand? But on the right-hand side, if you hang around 9 wise men, you'll be the 10th one. You understand? If you hang around 9 fools, you'll be the 10th fool. You understand? If you hang around 9 people that's headed for self-destruction, you understand, whether they perish because of the lifestyle or they get lengthy prison sentences, you're going to be the 10th one. You understand? But a companion of fools shall be destroyed. A companion of fools shall be destroyed. If all of your friends are fucking retards, dummies, you understand, niggas who will tell you, oh man, niggas ain't getting no money, man. It ain't like black men have worshiped money. You understand, to the detriment of the whole black community. You understand? You literally have men that will sit back and say, I ain't listening to that nigga because he's broke. Your slave master only allowed you to get the money that you have. You understand? It has his face on it, right? So you mean to tell me I'm not worthy of a conversation because I'm not rich, or I'm not like, even if my words are wise, you understand? I'm not worthy to be listened to, even though I can give you some information or some knowledge that might save your life. But just because I'm not rich, you understand, I'm not worthy to even listen to. That's dumb as hell. You understand? Because rich men, you got rich drug addicts. You understand? Frankie Lyman, you understand? For those of you that may not know, he was a famous singer in like the 50s or the 60s, right? He had a terrible heroin addiction. You understand? That brother perished because of his heroin addiction, right? Bobby Brown was on top of the world at one point in time. You understand? He lost all of that money, you understand, because of his addiction. Suge Knight made over $400 million, you understand, owning the record company Death Row Records. But now Suge Knight is doing, what, 20 years in prison, and he's broke? You understand? These was all rich men that a lot of people would have followed. You understand? But because they followed in, or they were the companions of fools, they did foolish things. And that's crazy too, because Frankie Lyman had a song called "Why Do Fools Fall in Love?" That was the Lord right there. You understand? And fools fall in love with the most foolish shit. You understand? A fool might fall in love with a broad, you understand, who is a goddamn evil dragon, you understand, that will tear down his life. A fool might fall in love with drugs. You understand? A fool might fall in love with the companionship of other fools, you understand, and end up being destroyed. This is what this Bible verse is talking about. You understand? Salakia. Psalms 13 and 20 from the top. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. That's self-explanatory. You walk with wise men, you understand, or you keep the company of men who have the knowledge, you understand, of the truth, i.e., the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana, you shall be a wise man. But a companion of fools shall be destroyed. If you a brother, you understand, that like to go hang out with your partners that smoke weed all day, you understand, that get drunk all day, that sell drugs all day, you understand, that's pimps, right? That's in gangs. You become a companion to them, you will be destroyed. And then, just speaking from a California point of view, and not just California, but any major city in America that has a high gang presence, you understand? You got young brothers, right, that joined the Crips, you understand, or the Bloods in the 1970s. Some of these brothers are still in prison, you understand, and they've been in prison since the early 80s or the late 70s with life sentences. You understand? They followed up under Tookie Williams. Tookie Williams, in turn, got a death sentence, you understand, and was unalived, you understand, I believe at San Quentin Prison, you understand, some years ago. And you still have kids still joining these gangs, you understand, and still losing their lives because of it. Larry Hoover started the Gangster Disciples in what, the 60s, the 50s, you understand? Him and David Barksdale. David Barksdale is in the ground right now, you understand? Right? Larry Hoover is in prison for the rest of his life right now in a federal penitentiary. You understand? And these guys was gang members in the 50s and in the 60s and in the 70s. You understand? But King Von and FBG Duck died in 2020. You understand? Because a companion of fools shall be destroyed. Right? This is generational curses that we have on the children of Israel by following evil men of influence. You understand? Oh, Salakia got a couple. Elijah marries Jesus. Liars, true people of God don't sell the gospel. All them fake ministers know the Bible was telling them to return the money they were never supposed to take. And you're right. It says God prefers saying, hold on, what? Matthew 19:12 says God prefers same-sex marriages and confirms transgender people are born that way. Hold on, man. Elijah, you gotta be trolling. You have to be trolling. Salakia. Let me see. It's dudes like this. Let's go to Matthew 19:20. Let's read what this idiot is saying. Salaki, I'm gonna just be frank. Let's see what the hell hey, look, this gotta be this dude gotta work for the government or something. Did he just get in this class and say that? Hold on. Let me make sure I got that script right. Both myself and Jesus returned as a woman and were married to. Oh, yeah, he trolling. He definitely trolling. Boy, this dude is crazy. He trolling. For there are some eunuchs which were so born from their mother's womb, and there are some eunuchs which were made eunuchs of men, and there be eunuchs which have made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sakes. He that is able to receive it, let him receive it. See, I'm glad this dumb MFer came in his class and posted this scripture talking about the Lord accepts transgenders. A eunuch is not a goddamn transgender. You understand? A eunuch is somebody that abstains from having a intimate relationship. You understand? Because they choose to serve the Lord. You understand? Salaki. It says, for there are some eunuchs which were so born from their mother's womb, and there are some eunuchs which were made eunuchs of men, and there be eunuchs which made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sakes. Now, if you a eunuch that was born from your mother's womb, you understand? It was like the Lord put the spirit on you for you not to desire. You understand? For you not to desire to have a relationship with a woman in order to serve the Most High. You understand? Now, if you are a eunuch, you understand, made from a man, you understand? This is a brother giving you an order, you understand, to abstain from having a relationship with the Lord, you understand, in order to get the kingdom of heaven, you understand, which have made themselves Salakia. And there be eunuchs which have made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sakes. He that is able to receive it, let him receive it. This is not talking about no goddamn transgender. A eunuch is not a transgender. And I'm glad you got in my comments and said all of this dumb stuff. You understand? Because, right, people like you, and I'm sure you have no influence. You understand? But people that think like you, unfortunately, they do have influence over the black community. So if TD Jakes or Creflo Dollar would have said that crazy shit that you just said in my class, in my comments, you understand? Then them having financial freedom, you understand? Them shucking and jiving for the slave master in order to obtain the wealth in this empire. Black people, Latinos, and Native American Indians, we worship rich men so goddamn much that would influence somebody that would otherwise detest, you understand, transgenders in order to accept them. You understand? Which that's not what that scripture is talking about. A eunuch is not a goddamn transgender. You understand? So Salakia, we gonna go ahead and skip him. Ignore him. Hey, Madabar, sir. Shalom Yabba Shem Shabrakatah, the water out of wine for tapping in. Right? So let me get back to the scripts. We'll go to Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 24. That dude is crazy. This nigga said him and Christ came back as transgenders, and when Christ come back, they gonna marry each other. Hey, look. you will not be forgiven for blaspheming the Holy Spirit. And that's exactly what you just did. You understand? Be warned. This ain't nothing to play with. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter, damn, is this what I wanted? Oh, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 22 and verse 24. Make no friendship with an angry man, and with a furious man thou shalt not go. This is the same thing is not hanging around ungodly people. You understand? Like, you want to align yourself with brothers in the truth versus somebody that's in the world that's a violent, angry person. You understand? Like, if you got friends that's in the world, right? And this friend you always going to hang around, you always going to go kick it with, that angry friend is finna go get you into some shit. You understand? You gonna be out and about, right? And it's crazy too, because I've had experience like this. You understand? Being in the world and being young. You understand? You got certain people, right, that you might have grew up with, certain people that might be family members, right? And this is an angry, hot-headed type of person. You understand? And every time y'all go somewhere, this nigga always get into it with somebody. You understand? Like, Proverbs is wisdom, you understand, for young brothers and sisters and older brothers and sisters to actually, you know, take heed to and to influence you in the correct direction versus on the left-hand side. You understand? You don't want to hang around somebody that's angry and violent, that's always in a state of conflict. You understand? Right? Verse 25. Lest thou learn his ways and get a snare to thy soul. This is why the Lord is saying, make no friendship with an angry man, and with a furious man thou shalt not go. Because eventually you're going to learn his ways. You're going to be exactly like him. You understand? Verse 26. Be not thou one of them that strike hands, or of them that are sureties for debts. You understand? You're going to, like, don't be this angry, violent man. You understand? Don't hang around with some nigga that's going to influence you to grab a gun and go slide on the ops. You understand? Because you're going to be just like him. You understand? Don't be like these men, right? Because, of course, Salakia, Iraqabar, sir. That dude is crazy, you know what I'm saying? But don't be like these people, you understand? Because when you walk in the council of the unrighteous, you're gonna perish by the same hand that these unrighteous are gonna perish, right? Salakia. Let me get into my topic, right? Of course, I've been on topic the whole time, but let me give y'all a couple of examples, you understand, of brothers in the scriptures that were men of influence that were unrighteous, right? We're going to go to 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 12. And it reads, now the sons of Eli were sons of Belial. They knew not the Lord. Now, Eli was the high priest, you understand, over the children of Israel. He was a judge over the children of Israel, right? And he had two sons, right? And these brothers were evil men. You understand? They when it says they were sons of Belial, they worshiped a God that was not the Lord. When it said they knew not the Lord, they didn't walk in the ordinance of the truth. You understand? Of course, their father was chief head priest over the children of Israel. Their father was in the truth, but they didn't give a damn about keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. They didn't care, you understand, about they didn't care about keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. They didn't care about being a man of integrity. They didn't care about the children of Israel in essence. And you're going to read about them, right? You're going to read how much they didn't care about the children of Israel. Verse 13. And the priest's customs was with Salaki. And the priest's customs with the people was that when any man offered sacrifice, the priest's servant came while the flesh was in the seething with the flesh hook of 3 teeth in his hand. And he struck it into the pan or kettle or cauldron or pot. All the flesh hook brought up, Salaki, all the flesh hook brought up the priest took for himself. So they did in Shiloh unto all the Israelites that came thither, right? So now, let's say somebody brought a bull to offer a sacrifice, right? If they cook this bull in a cauldron, you understand, a pot, right? Kettle, some big pot that this animal is being cooked in, right? They had a flesh hook, right? And the priest, this was the customs of the priest, right? The priest took the flesh hook and pulled up the meat on the hook, and everything that came on the hook was his. Everything else was for the people that was less fortunate, right? So this was the customs with the priests. Like, our priests are not supposed to be greedy. They're supposed to take whatever, you understand, that was for them, you understand, and the rest of the meat that went to the less fortunate of the children of Israel, they were supposed to leave in these cauldrons and pots, you understand, in order for brothers and sisters to come get some food, you understand, when they was hungry, right? Kind of like a soup kitchen or something like that, right? Verse 14. Salaki, I read 14. Verse 15. Also, before they burnt the fat, the priest's servants came and said to the man that sacrificed, give flesh to roast for the priest, for he will not have sodden flesh of thee, but raw, right? So now, but this is what Eli and his sons was doing. They were sending their servants, you understand, to the cook, and they would tell the servants, like, look, man, give them their food raw. You understand? He don't cook their food, just give them their stuff raw, right? And the reason why they were telling them that, you understand, is because these chief head priests, you understand, or the sons of Eli, these niggas was being greedy. You understand? They didn't want to take a portion of the meat that was just good for them to eat at that time. They wanted more than what they was entitled to, right? Salakia. Verse 16. And if any man said unto him, let them not fail to burn the fat presently, and then take as much as thy soul desireth, then he would answer him, nay, but thou shalt give it me now, and if not, I will take it by force. So now, these cooks, one of them, if one of them was like, nah, bro, like, this is what we supposed to do. We supposed to cook all of this food, you feel me? And then he can come get his portion. He can take as much as he want, but we have to cook this in order for the people to get some. You understand? This Eli's son servant was like, hell no, we don't give a damn about none of the customs. The man want his now, and you better give it to us right now, or we gonna take it by force. You understand? These bastards was evil as hell, and it's the spirit of being greedy, and this is why the scripture says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. You understand? When you love money, when you love monetary gain, you understand? When you love being greedy, right? That is where the root of evil starts. You understand? You being a greedy, selfish bastard. Because that's the spirit of people that love money. You understand? People that love money are evil, selfish, greedy bastards. Like the movie, The King of New York. You understand? What was his name? Frank White, right? Frank White did a whole lot of evil, you understand, to the city of New York. And he said it out of his own mouth. You know I love money. You understand? And the reason why he did all of the evil that he did, because he was a greedy person and he loved money, right? Verse 17. Wherefore the sin of the young men was very great before the Lord, for men abhorred the offering of the Lord. You understand? Like, these dudes were so goddamn evil. The people stopped wanting to come offer unto the Lord in order to feed the less fortunate of Israel because these niggas was stealing all of their food. You understand? Because these niggas were men of influence, right? They sick their servants on these brothers that was doing a good service, you understand, to feed the less fortunate of the children of Israel. But Eli's sons were so goddamn wicked, they sent their servants out there, you understand, to basically steal from the nation of Israel. You understand? And in turn, people stopped coming to want to sacrifice, you understand, because they know you niggas gonna steal. So now everybody else got to suffer behind it. You understand? Which is evil as hell, right? Salakia. I'm gonna drop that. Let's go to 1 Samuel 8 and 13. Oh, Salaki, is this what I wanted? Oh, Salakia, not 8 and 13, but 1 Samuel 8. Give me 1 second. Oh, 1 Samuel chapter 8. I'm going to start at verse 1, 1 to 3. And it came to pass when Samuel was old that he made his sons judges over Israel. Now, Samuel was a righteous brother. You understand? Samuel came up under Eli, right? Eli raised Samuel up. You understand? Of course, it was supposed to go to Eli's sons, but Eli's sons were some wicked bastards. You understand? They were thieves. They perverted judgment. You understand? So now, Samuel was passed down the office of being the chief head priest over the nation of Israel, right? And Samuel was a righteous brother. He did exactly what he was supposed to do as far as be a good judge and servant to the nation of Israel. He ushered in King Saul to become the first king of the children of Israel, as well as King David, you understand, and pronounced judgment on David when David did wickedness, right? His brother was the epitome of righteousness, you understand, at that time. Of course, we know that Christ is the epitome of righteousness now, right? Verse 2. Now the name of the firstborn was Joel, and the name of his second Abiah. They were judges in Beersheba, and his sons walked not in his ways. Remember, like I said, Samuel was a righteous brother. Samuel kept the law, statutes, and commandments. He was a fair judge. You understand? He was by the book. You understand? When I say by the book, I mean he was by the Torah. You understand? He followed the law, statutes, and commandments of Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, excuse me. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, you understand? Deuteronomy and Numbers, right? He followed the law, statutes, and commandments of the Torah to the T, right? Right? So he raises up his sons, right, to be the judges after him, right? Verse 3, and his sons walked not in his ways, but turned aside after lucre and took bribes and perverted judgment. You understand? His sons, being men of influence, you understand, being the chief head priest over the nation of Israel, they walked not in the ways of their father. These brothers was wicked as hell. It said, turned aside after lucre and took bribes and perverted judgment. These wicked niggas loved money. You understand? That's what it means to take lucre. Lucre is money. You understand? They took bribes. Like a nigga could sleep with somebody's wife, knowing damn well that's a death offense. You understand? That's a death sentence to sleep with another man's wife or a sister to sleep with somebody that's not her husband. This is a death sentence. But if you came to Joel and Abiah, you understand, and gave them a couple shekels of gold, you understand, gave them a couple of choice animals, you understand, they'll be like, man, you forgiven, man. Go ahead and get up out of here, man. Don't do that shit again, man. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got a couple dollars, then you're gonna have to hit me off again. So like, you understand? Like, These niggas was wicked as hell. It said in perverted judgment, right? Somebody can bring you up on charges, right? Of you doing wrong to another person of the nation of Israel, right? These niggas were so goddamn wicked. Whoever paid to win that case is going to win that case. If I bring a brother up on charges from stealing from me, breaking in my house and stealing from me, or taking my animal, you understand, or doing anything that's wrong to me that he shouldn't have done. If this nigga went to go pay Joel and Abiah for what he did to me, you understand, they're gonna find no fault in these brothers, and they're gonna be able to go about that day and do exactly what the hell that they've been doing, you understand, just because they paid these wicked priests, right? That's the influence of evil men. You understand? You give an evil man a couple dollars, they gonna turn a blind eye to whatever the hell you doing. You understand? Just like your Christian pastor today, right? Your Christian pastor is basically the chief head priest over the nation of Israel through the Christian church. You understand? I'm just saying basically because, of course, we know Commander General Yohanan and generals under him are the righteous chief head priests over the nation of Israel. But the whole nation is not in the truth. You understand? The whole nation is in the lie, right? So now, T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, all of these men that own these mega churches, you understand? They know that they are ministering to a congregation of sinners, adulterers, you understand, murderers, sorcerers, you name it. You understand? People who eat abominations on a daily basis, all of this type of stuff, right? But the fact that they give offerings and pay tithes to these wicked leaders, they don't tell you that you're wrong for eating pork or smoking cigarettes or getting high or committing adultery on your husband or committing adultery with another man's wife. They don't tell you none of that because you keep the money rolling in, Christians. You understand? Same thing that Eli's sons did. Same thing that Samuel's sons did. It's the same spirit. You understand? I'm going to switch gears, though, real quick. You understand? I'm going to switch gears, right? Slovakia. And we're going to get into some righteous leadership. Okay. Now let's get into some righteous leadership. Slovakia. Not just yet. This is the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. You understand? These wicked men, right? They went to persuade many, right? And the reason how you know that these men are men of influence is because if you have no influence, you can't persuade a goddamn soul. You understand? You have to be somebody with a high social status or somebody whose opinion matters, right? So these was the athletes of that time, the religious leaders of that time, you understand? And they persuaded many and said, let us make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. You understand? They persuaded the children of Israel to make a covenant with these heathens to do exactly what these heathens did, right? Verse 12. So this device pleased them well. And of course, you understand, this device pleased the children of Israel well. You understand? Because, of course, we're stiff-necked people. Throughout history, we've always wanted to be like our oppressors. We've always wanted to be like heathens. Now, the water for tapping in. My sister Monica, Shalom. Yahweh Shamar Lathan by Hashem Yahweh Shah. The water says for tapping in. Hey, Salakia, y'all know y'all still got these chairs over here too. I'm looking at them. Whenever y'all come back out here, you know what I'm saying? They going to be here for y'all. The water for y'all, brotherhood and sisterhood as well. You understand? But Salakia, it says, this device pleased them well. Verse 13, then certain of the people will so forward in, you understand, like these people had so much zeal to be so wicked that they went to the king who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen. You understand? And what's that license, right? That license today is a record deal. You understand? That license today is you going to that seminary school and being a certified pastor. You understand? Becoming an ordained minister. You understand? That's the license, right? The same license that you get your cannabis club or your license to be a distributor of cannabis, right? That's the same license to do after the ordinance of the heathen, right? Being a police officer, you understand? That's the license to do after the ordinance of the heathen. Now, of course, being a police officer is not unlawful. You understand? So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that a brother or sister can't become a part of the police force. Now, of course, if you already in the ISUBK, you understand, I would advise you to join your oppressor's army to oppress the children of Israel. But a lot of people that have come through these doors and being in the truth have been a part of police forces, you understand, and came out of Esau's military, right? It's not unlawful, you understand, but it's giving you a license, right, to oppress your people, you understand, as well as many other things, right? Verse 14, whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen. This place of exercise is called a gymnasium, you understand? This is was heavy in Greek culture, right? When you think about the gym today, you understand, or you know, going to Planet Fitness or something like that, right? It was very different back then. Back then, they was walking around fully unclothed. You understand? That's what it meant to be in a gymnasium. You understand? Because the Greeks, they practiced a custom of walking around with no clothes on. You understand? And doing all type of weird type of activities. That's why when you look at the Olympics, right? Of course, it's illegal for you today to walk around with no clothes on. So the Olympics, you understand, boxing and a lot of these sporting events that we watch on TV, they put these people in as less clothes as possible because these customs actually have Greek origins. You understand? Verse 15, and made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant and joined themselves to the heathen and were sold to do mischief. You understand? These people that were men of influence, they influenced the children of Israel to become uncircumcised, to forsake the holy covenant and join themselves with the heathen and were sold to do mischief. You understand? Just like your Christian pastor will literally tell you that the law is done away with, right? And the reason why he's telling you that is because he has a license to do after the ordinance of the heathen, him being an ordained minister. The heathens eat pork. Your Christian pastor will tell you it's okay to eat pork. You understand? One of my sisters, right? She just sent me an interview that was just disturbing and shocking, right? And I forget the brother's name that does these interviews. It's the same brother that interviewed no, it's not him. It's not him. But I forget the brother's name. Anyway, he's interviewing a Christian pastor. So he's asking a Christian pastor, like, are you a homosexual? The Christian pastor says he is a man that he is a Salakia. I hope they don't clip the class for this. I gotta play all this audio real quick. Salakia.
I am a same gender loving man.
Salakia. Gonna play this for y'all real quick.
A homosexual? I am a same gender loving man. So does that mean you're a homosexual? It means I'm the same gender loving man. But just for, I'm black and slow. Okay. And just for the record, does that mean you're a homosexual? I could be considered a homosexual. Are you considered? I don't want to think of you as I'm a homosexual. You're a homosexual? Yes. And so you're a homosexual pastor? I am a homosexual pastor, yes. You a homosexual?
He asked this man, like, are you a homosexual, right? The dude said he's the same gender loving man. Like, what? It's the gayest shit I've ever heard. Salakia, you understand? Dude, like the interview, he like, bro, I'm black and slow, bro. You got to explain this shit to me because I don't get what you're saying. He like, are you a homosexual? He asked the brother, he tell the brother, I'm a same gender loving man. So he asked him, would you be considered a homosexual? He was like, yeah, you can call me that. So he confused now. He gets scratching his head and shit. So he said, so you are a homosexual pastor, right? A homosexual pastor is a goddamn oxymoron. You understand? And the reason why this man is telling people that it's okay to be a homosexual pastor is because he is a man of influence over the black community. You understand? And he has a license to do after the ordinance of the heathen, right? And he does after the covenants of the heathen, right? And he influences other people to make themselves uncircumcised, to forsake the holy covenant and join themselves to the heathen and are sold to do mischief. This is the same spirit that these wicked niggas in First Maccabees had, you understand, in the first chapter in the Apocrypha. Also, the same spirit of the Sadducees and the Pharisees, you understand? But we have to be men and sisters, you understand, that stood for the law like Christ, that stood for the law like this brother that I'm about to read about next, you understand? Salakia. It's the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2 and verse 15, right? In the meanwhile, the king's officers, such as compelled the people to revolt, came into the city, Modin, to make them sacrifice. Now, this is the time of the Maccabees and the Greek influence over the children of Israel. And like I read in the first chapter, our people are sold to do mischief, and we forsook the holy covenant of the Lord. So now, when these men of First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 11 influenced these people, we started following after these Greek customs. But it was one brother, you understand, his sons, the brother Mattathias, that fought zealously for the law. You understand? He wasn't with it, right? So when this king's officers came down to the city of Jerusalem to make the children of Israel to sacrifice swine's flesh, Mattathias was amongst those people. Verse 16. And when many of Israel came unto them, Mattathias also and his sons came together. Then answered the king's officers and said to Mattathias on this wise, thou art a ruler and an honorable man and a great man, and an honorable and great man in this city, and strengthened with sons and brethren. These king's officers, King Antiochus, you understand, a Greek king that wreaked havoc over the children of Israel. You understand? By the way, the feast of dedication or the feast of Hanukkah coming up next week, Wednesday, December 25th. Y'all make sure y'all tune in Commanding General Johannes' excellent class that he's going to teach on this subject. You understand? Because this probably is the most important feast of dedication. You understand? Seeing that the Lord has canceled Christmas this year and directly challenged our oppressor by allowing the feast of dedication or Hanukkah to land on the same exact day as so-called Christmas. You understand? But these king officers, they walked up to Mattathias and told him he's a ruler, an honorable man, and a great man, and strengthened with sons and brethren. You understand? In essence, they said, man, you are a man of influence. These people look up to you. You are a man of authority. You understand? You are a man of integrity. These people look up to you. You understand? Verse 18. Now, therefore, come thou first. You understand? He said, look, you're a man of influence. These people look up to you. Now you come first. You be the first one to come sacrifice, so everybody can fall in line and do what you do. Now, therefore, come thou first and fulfill the king's commandment, like as all the heathen have done. Yea, and the men of Judah also, and such as remain at Jerusalem. So shalt thou and thy house be in the number of the king's friends, and thou and thy children shall be honored with silver and gold and many rewards. He said, man, look, these people look up to you. You understand? You come up here first and sacrifice these pigs in front of all of these people. You understand? To influence the rest of the children of Israel to follow, because they follow you already. And in turn, I'm going to make you and your sons rich. You understand? Y'all going to be the king's friends. You are going to be a man you are going to be in the upper the upper class of the children of Israel. You understand? That's a friend to the king. Just like T.D. Jakes, just like Steve Harvey, you understand? Just like a lot of these influential entertainers in the black community, they are friends to high-ranking oppressors in this empire. You understand? The music execs, you understand? The people that own these production companies, they are very fond, you understand, of some of our top entertainers. You understand? People like Kevin Hart, you understand? People that get $1 million movies. You understand? Hundreds of $1 million for movies. These people have influence over the children of Israel, just like Mattathias did. But Mattathias was very different than Kevin Hart. He was very different than Creflo Dollar. He was very different than Steve Harvey or T.D. Jakes. You understand? Tyler Perry. He was very different. And I'm going to show you how he was very different, right? Then Mattathias answered and spake with a loud voice. Though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him and fall every one from the religion of their fathers and give consent to his commandments, yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers. God forbid that we should forsake the law and the ordinance. We will not hearken to the king's words to go from our religion either on the right hand or the left. Now, when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar, which was at Modin, according to the king's commandment. Man, look, Mattathias said, look, bro, check this out. No, we not sacrificing this swine's flesh. I don't give a damn about the money that you offering me. Me, my sons, and my brethren, we gonna walk in the covenants of our fathers. We ain't gonna forsake the laws of our God. We're not turning from our religion to the right hand or the left hand. You understand? It say he spoke with a loud voice, right? He flashed on him. You understand? He rose his voice and showed him the utter disrespect that he felt by this dude asking him to sacrifice a goddamn pig, which is an abomination to the Lord. You understand? So now, when he got finished speaking these words loud in a public place, you understand? Him being a man of influence, here comes some nigga, here comes some Jake, you understand? Walking through, all in everybody's face, want to be the first person, you understand, to do exactly what heathens do. This is the same spirit that you niggas be in when you take pictures, you understand, of that shrimp, crab, and lobster that you eating at some high-end restaurant, thinking that you doing it big because you can be like your oppressor. This is the same type of spirit that this goddamn Jake walked past Mattathias to go sacrifice, you understand, when he heard exactly what Mattathias saying, Mattathias being a man of influence, a man of good influence, you understand? Verse 24, which thing when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed with zeal. When Mattathias saw this nigga walk past him to go sacrifice that goddamn pig's flesh after the whole congregation that was right there heard him flash on his king's officer and said, we not finna do none of that shit? He was inflamed with zeal, and his reins trembled. Neither could he forbear to show his anger according to judgment. Wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar. Mattathias wasn't bullshitting about the law. Excuse my French. You understand? Mattathias stood on business. He seen that brother went to go sacrifice that pig's flesh when he basically gave an order to everybody that heard him. Stop doing this. When he seen him go sacrifice that pig's flesh on that altar, he jumped off that horse, ran over there, and slew this man, unalived him, you understand, because he had zeal to follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, you understand? He had so much zeal, he felt disrespected to see a nigga walk past him to go sacrifice some goddamn swine's flesh, you understand? And he felt, and furthermore, he felt disrespected for the Lord's sake, you understand? Verse 25, also the king's commissioner who compelled men to sacrifice, he killed at that time, and the altar he pulled down. Verse 26, thus dealt he zealously for the law of God, like Phinehas did unto Zambri, the son of Salam. He did exactly what he was supposed to do in keeping his integrity, you understand, and using his influence to allow people, you understand, of the nation of Israel to see that, no, we supposed to keep these law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? He went so as much to unalive a brother that went against the Most High, you understand, to influence them. Look, this is what niggas better do in keeping these law, statutes, and commandments, or you could end up like bruh right here and these kings commissioners that came down here to influence us to sacrifice these goddamn pigs on the Lord's altar. You understand? With that being said, you evil leaders, you understand, that follow up under the tutelage of your oppressor. And when I say these evil leaders, I'm talking about blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Caucasians, I could give a damn about you being an evil leader because we ain't supposed to follow you niggas anyway. You understand? Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, understand this. In following evil leaders and evil rulership amongst the children of Israel, you do nothing but further our oppression. You understand? You further our punishment as being slaves up under these nations, and you are weak and cowardice, you understand, to not follow righteous men like Commander General Yohana and the ISUBK. P. Diddy, Creflo Dollar, and a slew of other wicked, evil niggas that have influence over the children of Israel. Their day is going to come, you understand, where they're going to be like chaff for the wind. And Commander General Yohana is still going to be standing with his staff in his hand, you understand, with zeal to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. Yahweh Shem Yahshua brought a thumb to the brothers, Yahweh Shemal a thumb by Shem Yahshua to the sisters. I'm going to leave y'all with one more scripture, Salakia. Almost left it out. I'm going to leave y'all with one more scripture. This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2. So I'm going to make sure y'all can see. This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2, and verse 27. And Mattathias cried throughout the city with a loud voice, saying, whosoever is zealous for the law and maintaineth the covenant, let him follow me. You understand? When Commander General Yohana took charge over the nation of Israel, you understand? He did exactly what Mattathias told the people. He said, if you zealous for the law, you understand? Follow me. Shalom.